Hello, storytellers. Storytelling around here. I'm down here at the bottom. Some good news. Check this out. Thanks not to be. You're my little newspaper in the morning. California high school ends contract with on-campus Planned Parenthood facility after parent pushback. Yeah. All right. After 3 years of fighting back, parents in the Norwalk, La Meridian, okay, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. So they've been fighting back, man. They were going after them. They went to the school board meetings. These things are called well-being centers. They were staffed by people trained by Planned Parenthood. Students were given access to a range of birth control by so-called trusted adults. At a high school, you have and referred to abortion providers and transgender sex change clinics. There was mental health counseling by people with questionable credentials, including by students who were recruited and paid to counsel other students. Parental consent was not required for any of this. So they had a clinic within the high school that was basically recruiting others for abortions, sex stuff, getting sex, birth control, transgender sex change stuff. So you're literally having the government establish a pagan grooming center. Right? So if you don't know what's going on in the world, we ain't working together. Not technically. So it's kind of funny. I love their gifts. In California, the law allows minors to undergo abortions without parental consent. So that's what we're living in. This is the land of pagans, California. It's a cursed land. I'm not a very good Christian. I hope God punishes California. I'm in it, so I'll be, I guess, part of that punishment. I'm kind of surrounded by punishment. I see it all around me. So I don't know. I'm just, I admit I'm not that great a Christian. I'm more for God punishing than I am for they need Jesus. They need Jesus is obviously what I should be believing. So that's why I'm telling you I'm a terrible Christian. Christian nonetheless. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay. Gender affirming care. Parental notification and without parental notification or consent. So this is LA. This is the LAUSD school district. This is the public school district. This is the government, our government in America, in California especially. And what I want to say about this is that I don't know what I want to say about this. What I want to say about this is that we're letting the pagans control this, and it's pretty amazing. Now, here's the solution, but I you know what, my mind is on something else, and I'm going to say it in this video because I was not planning on saying it in this video, but I'm going to say it anyway because if you're here, if you're still with me, then you're a true believer, I guess, or whatever. Not a Christian test. So yeah, last night I went to a goth club. I go to a goth club once in a while. I dress up. I wear a bit of black, dirt, look like a road warrior or whatever. I'm 55, so I'm kind of waning from all that. I'm starting to decide, do I need to keep one of these? I love dancing to goth. I think, to me, goth music, or at least to me, the way I look at it and romanticize it, it's not like this overt sexual stuff. Oh, I got this music going. Hold on, from the my Foundry. Hold on a sec. Where is it? Let me just turn this off. I didn't even know I had it going. Is it the cool music? Okay, I'm just gonna turn that off. All right. But something amazing happened last night. I was tested, I guess, in a sense. I'm not tested by the sexuality of it all. It's gotten very sexual and trans and gay, and I don't appreciate that, and the sexualizing, the very gaudy sex. I really kind of miss the the 80s goth was more. It was kind of right off of Catholicism, and so it wasn't sexual. It was more romantic looking, dark romantic, vampire romantic, with a tinge of eroticism, but it wasn't what we have today, which is just overt pagan sex stuff. And I'm kind of but anyway, so what happened last night? I was in the bathroom taking a piss, and these I don't want to get too detailed, but these two guys came in, tall, gay guys, dressed in the gaudy outfits and stuff. But I knew they were they were visitors of the goth scene, passing through. But they went all out on their outfits, Anyway, they brought in a woman into this tiny little men's bathroom, very small. Two urinals, very next to each other, one toilet, one sink, all like you feel like you're behind a counter at a 7-Eleven. How small this space is. But they brought the woman in, and she's drinking. She had a glass of wine, and she's young lady, and they're all like, "Oh, it's no big deal. Just come on in." No, it's like we're so like they were that voice. It was it's fine, no worries. And I turned around while urinating, and I said, "No, that is not cool. Not cool." I had my hair down. I had the whole dark, creepy look, but I was like, "This is not cool. No, she needs to leave." And they're all like, I don't remember all the verbiage, but they were trying to tell me get over it, whatever. But that whole tone, it's okay to do this. It's okay. It's no big deal. Come on. They were goading her to do something that even she knew was wrong. Because as soon as a Christian man, said that is wrong, she left. She got out and left. And they were like, oh, trying to dog me, and I'm like, no, I don't accept that at all. That is ridiculous. And I'm like, and it was cool, man. It was cool because then I left, got out. I walked by her, very narrow corridor, hallway. She's drinking her wine. She sees me, and I say thank you. And she nods, But I said that, and I walked by. I just said thank you. And I think she got it. I think she learned the truth from their lies. And they tried to lie to her with the whole gay sex perverted thing that it's not a big deal to come in. Why do they need to bring her into this tiny, disgusting men's bathroom? Why do they need to do that? Why do they need to push this stuff, sort of thing? And I just said no to both of them. I said, they're like 6'2", but wimpy. I mean, they were muscular because that's what gay men do, but they don't know how to use their muscles. Except for, I'm sorry, I'm being whatever, but you gotta, as Christian men, we have to stand up to that. And I know I'm in a goth club, so whatever, but I'm just saying we have to stand up to that everywhere, all the time. And I'm in a place where I'm supposed to be sort of, I don't know, openly perverted and sexualized or something. I don't know, but I'm not. It's my wife and I dancing to stuff that we used to dance to when we were younger and just enjoying our style of romance, which is kind of dark. But again, I'm getting older. I'm feeling like I probably should stop doing that at some point here. And it's getting taxing too. Just I feel groggy and stuff like that. But because I drink a little bit. But anyway, point being, we need to stand up to all this stuff, even in those little moments like that. And I didn't argue with them. I didn't get angry like anger issues. I was at peace with what I said, what I did, and I was immediately turned to thank you to her that she responded perfectly and left the bathroom knowing it was wrong. And they, anyway. All right, now that I got that off my mind, let's go back to this. Thank you for sticking with me. Just let me switch back over. Okay, so we got this here. So what I want to say also, if you think you can read this, this is the cool part. This is the awesome part right here. When parents found out about that Planned Parenthood was behind the high school clinic, they began to protest, speak out at school board meetings, and even gain the support of several local churches. See, that's what's got to happen. The churches, you need to be involved in the local schools and you need to tell, look at it. Let's go. You need to be involved, churches. I mean, Catholic, Protestant, you need to be involved. You need to talk to the parents and get involved and be an activist. Okay, you need to be an ecclesia. An ecclesia in Old Greek is a group voting block, a group who voted, a voting block group, whatever, a block of people, voted. That's what they were originally. So when the apostles called, let's form an ecclesia, or let's do ecclesia, what do you think they were using the term that they understood back then? Now we pretend that term is translated as church. It's not church. It's a voting block. Anyway, look it up. Go on my Twitter, and you'll see I posted about it, and I have a graphic there showing ecclesias. Okay, so follow that link. Yeah, man. So here they are protesting, saying this is wrong. The Planned Parenthood. I'm so glad for these, and they're all Hispanic. Oh my gosh, maybe I should stop talking about this because they're Hispanic. But these are pro-life people. Thank the Lord they were there, and thank the Lord that the churches, in their Catholic churches, parents fighting back. The hostile press. Of course they're going to have a hostile press. And isn't that amazing? One liberal newspaper even described, Shaper as a white supremacist. Wow. They claimed that the well-being center was only there providing services for troubled teens. So, I mean, what do they pick out one white person in the whole group, as opposed to these white supremacists right here that are all Hispanic? The pro-LGBT PTA leader. Wow, the Parent Teachers Association PTA leader. I was the president, by the way, of PTA. Yeah, that's right. I was in my daughter's elementary school. I wasn't a very good one, but I was the president. I did some stuff. I did some fun stuff there, though. She has a transgender daughter. They're always, I remember parents like this too. They have their gay kid or their trans kid, and then they become so vocal, so vehement about that, that agenda when they have their kid being gay or trans. It's just, and they want you to have to submit to their kid, because of bullying or whatever. You can't talk about it. You can't criticize it. I mean, it's really weird because it's like, my child is a thief. How dare you all criticize her for being a thief? How dare you? That's kind of the same concept for us Christians. Like, you're telling us your child is doing something wrong, bad, or detrimental to their own health or future. You're losing the chance to have a married couple with kids. I mean, severely. You're destroying your own sort of future. Being the most important thing is your family, by allowing, consenting, or even encouraging your child to be gay or a trans. It's destructive to your own future as a family. We'll all adopt some kids. Well, good luck with that. I mean, misleading fact sheet. So they had churches jump on board. There you go. I mean, the misleading fact sheet I get, but you all know that. But this is the part that amazes me. Churches jump on board. Yeah. Finally, that's what we need. We need churches to jump on board. Get involved, churches. Come on. You're there. The church exists to teach us about our faith, but the faith is to spread the gospel. So the church should be spreading the gospel, and it should be confronting sin, and it needs to confront sin wherever it is. And remember, politics. The term politics is people of the city. So when Christians say they don't want to be political, I'm like, oh, okay. You don't want to be people of the city. You don't want to get involved with people of the city is what you don't want to do. So, and it ended. They finally got that thing out, or they're not continuing the contract. They're not continuing paying them money. The government is paying these pagans to recruit the kids to be sexualized, to kill babies, sexualized, trans surgeries, witchcraft. I mean, that's witchcraft. And you all have seen my other videos where these are all tied together. All right, I want to move on to this. For any of you that have kids, especially young girls, well, not young girls, middle school and up, but that's where they're going to be learning about this. I think there's some movies that you need to go watch and then watch them with your kids. Unplanned, the story about Abby Johnson, who was part of Planned Parenthood, and it shows how they recruited, how they lied to the women, the young ladies, and got them to believe in this stuff. This is a good movie. It's a really well made. I would watch this movie again, or you should watch this movie. I watched it obviously. This is a video. This is their website, but you can go get that somewhere else or wherever. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. It really exposes the Planned Parenthood, what they do, and then your girls will see, and guys. Another film I really highly recommend is this one called Gimme Shelter. It's a pro-life film. Very grimy, dirty, I don't know, is it rated R? PG-13. Dirty in the sense of poor, where she's living and struggling. Really good film though. Oh, and Rosario Dawson in this film shows to me her acting in this is so incredible. It's the best acting I've seen her do, which is sort of unrecognized or unrewarded because it's a pro-life film. But she shows, I'm pretty sure she shows a demon, how a demon is in a person, that's how I've seen demons in people, where they just get these weird schizophrenic behaviors in them. She does a really good job of that. I'm pretty sure that's who did it. She did it, yeah. I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember this film. I remember it, and I should watch it again though to see her acting in it is pretty amazing. I mean, and she acts great too. This young lady. So a great film. Give Me Shelter. Oh yeah, and it has Brendan Fraser in it as the. He does a small role but a good role. The distant father kind of thing. So, good films for you to watch, and then for you to watch with your kids that are middle school and up, that are coming into these issues. Just teach them some things about it. Okay, so that's my fun little video today. That was just a great thing about the church getting involved against Planned Parenthood. Imagine if church and churches are involved. I'm not saying they're not, but you got to get politically involved. You really do, with the town councils, student council, or school councils, and all that. You got to get involved with that. The churches do. It's time. It's time. One last thing I want to talk about while I'm being annoying is at the RNC convention. I know they had the pagan up there worshiping, Harmeet, that lady that did the Hindu or Sikh thing, and I've seen her around. I've seen her fight, for the Republican Party in law stuff or whatever, legal matters, and then the Rose person who's like a slut. She started the slut walk and sort of a whatever famous thing. So I want to say a couple things about that. Concerning Rose, I am hopeful that because I feel like she's going to have a growth, like Russell Brand. I feel like she's going to have this growth now because the hatred is out of her mind, the sexuality and the perversity is out, and now she sees something completely different, a love thing. I hope and feel and praying that that's her journey as well. So I'm not going to be that judge. I'm not going to judge, be that critical of her being at the RNC. Only in the sense that I do think I feel like I see a future in her that's going to grow in the Lord too. I that's my hope. Concerning the Sikh, I forgot her name, but I'm familiar with her. I think I even follow her on X because of what she's been doing here in California. Concerning that, and then her praying to Wagora, whoever the Sikh god, which obviously we Christians are considered to be demons or just made up gods, because I don't really know that much about Sikh, and it's not like on my radar. To me, the RNC is not church, and the Republican Party is not the church. The church should be there. The church should be loud and do its thing, but it's not. I don't expect a church service. I appreciate when Christians go up and do speak and thank the Lord and are grateful to God at the RNC convention or anything RNC. But it isn't I don't have a Christian test for the RNC or for conservatism directly. I would rebuke her. I would tell her about Jesus Christ. And I would, me personally, I would not put her in a position of decision making in the RNC because of her religion. But I would still allow her to be part of it. And the reason is because we are a Christian nation. It's based on Christian morals. The Constitution is done in the year of our Lord, which refers specifically to Jesus Christ in 1787. The blessings it refers to is from the God of Jesus and Jesus. So, do we need a religious test for? No, but I personally just wouldn't, and I would, and if I had a church involved in the RNC, I would, I would say to the church, or I would hope that the church says, yeah, we're only going to accept Christians. Why? And say it openly, so she can accept that or not. I would do it openly, not under the cover of the night or anything, or she doesn't know why she's not getting. It's because, well, you're not Christian. You don't have the Christian ethics. You have good ethics. They're pretty good, and we're grateful for your help. But I just come out and say, I don't know. Maybe it's controversial. Maybe it's hypocritical. I don't care. I mean, I don't like that she did that, but at the same time, I do want her to have her freedom. I'm not gonna force her to be a Christian. And if she wants to be Republican and vote with us and work with us, I'm not gonna force her to believe in Christ, right? We're not gonna do that. And thusly, what am I gonna do? Kick her out? I'd kick her out of our church, but I won't. RNC is not a church, so I'm not gonna kick her out of the RNC because of that. But I would vote for a Christian, not for her for any position. So there's that. Whatever that means. Anyway. Okay, that's it for me. Yeah, game of life. Take out Planned Parenthood. Get the churches involved, man. I just love seeing that phrase there. The phrase, so they even gained the support of several local churches. Wow, that is awesome. Just that right there is wonderful to read. All right, game of life, everybody. Roll holy dice.